I want to keep the sport alive. I want to make sure that it never dies and that the good parts of it I can pass on. I want to show you this picture. That's me, less than a year old. You can see that my father had a plan already. He posed me in a makeshift ring in my living room. He made ropes out of bed sheets, put me on a little stool, had gloves on me, and had my trunks were a diaper. I was a pretty skinny kid. I was the eldest in my family. In the neighborhoods, I was getting picked on because I was the older brother. You know, I was the guy they would choose, and I got myself in a few scrapes. My dad got kind of fed up with it. He said, well, we're going to have to take you to the gym, teach you how to defend yourself. And I remember that first week my dad took me to the gym. The only thing I did basically the first week in the gym is practice making a fist. Now I see kids in the gyms and they don't pay much attention. They keep their hands open sometimes, their thumbs up. And it's just the point that he took so much time to spend several days. This is the way you hold your hand. My father taught me that it was really an art. And he wanted to make sure that you brought that artistic interpretation to it. So it wasn't just a brawl. You know, he emphasized style. But when I got into the boxing gym, for whatever reason, things clicked. And I turned pro. So between 72 and 75, I had 14 pro fights. I won my first 12, lost that 13th fight by decision to Morris Jordan. It was a close fight, split decision. I took a fight in Montreal against Ronnie Harris, who was the 68 Mexico City Olympics gold medal winner. And I remember, why am I in this ring? Why am I here? I don't want to be here. I just didn't feel the old self wasn't there. Every time I fought up to this fight, I said somehow, some way, I might be getting my ass kicked right now, but somehow, some way, I'm going to hang in here. I'm going to find a way to win. Every fight I ever had in my whole career, this particular fight, I felt like I was defeated in the ring. And I ended up running into his left cross. It wasn't much of a punch, but it stunned me, knocked me down. It was like running into a broomstick. And as I sat down on my rear end, and I just didn't make the count. I didn't get up. And that was my last endeavor in competition. Thought about it a lot really in the later 90s. Thought about getting involved again. What could I do for the sport? And I always thought about, hey, I know a lot. I think I know a lot that other trainers don't know. Other coaches haven't had the experience that I've had. And certainly the old school classic boxing experience that I had, and wanted to see if I could make a lasting contribution to the sport. Something that I could give that was valuable to young kids. And then finally, I think it was about 2007 or 8, I jumped in and I started going to different gyms, asking them if they needed a coach. There's nothing quite like it. Mano a mano, in the ring, the spectacle, the art, the poetry that's there is unparalleled. And I think people who participate in it find that to be true. And it creates an indelible impression on them and something they will carry for the rest of their lives.